DICT naglunsad ng bagong enhanced e-travel app kung saan makikita ang CFO or dokumento ng mga Pilipino na matagalang maninirahan sa ibang bansa or mga nag-migrate sa abroad. Kasama na din sa pag-update ang pag-integrate ng national ID sa e-travel system. Dahil darating ang panahon na gagamitin na natin ang biometric kung saan naka-integrate or makikita ang national ID information sa mga OFW at mga Pilipino na pupunta sa ibang bansa or uuwi sa Pilipinas. Para walang mga pasahero na makakalusot na gagamit ng ibang pangalan or ng pagkakakilanlan. So tanong ngayon ng napakaraming OFW sa bagong update na ito ng CFO sa e-travel, may kailangan bang ipag-alala ang mga OFW? Ang sagot guys ay wala dahil ang CFO ay para lamang sa mga Pilipino na matagalang maninirahan sa ibang bansa or mga nag-migrate sa abroad. Huwag kayong mag-alala guys dahil gagawin ko ito ng bagong update or ng bagong tutorial kung ano nga ba ang bagong update na ito sa e-travel. So malalaman natin kung ano nga ba ang naiba sa pagre-register sa e-travel sa mga Pilipinong pasahero at sa mga OFW. At ang tinutukoy nila ditong new enhanced e-travel app ay ang eGov.ph. Dahil sinubukan kong i-research or i-search ang e-travel app na sinasabi nila ay wala namang lumalabas. Yung isa namang e-travel app na lumalabas sa Play Store ay hindi yun connected sa DICT. So kapag magre-register ka sa e-travel ay sa eGov app kayo pupunta at pwede pa rin naman sa e-travel website kung hirap kayo makapag-register sa eGov app. Ako nga guys, mas madalas or mas gusto ko pang mag-register sa e-travel website dahil mas mabilis. Pero sa ngayon, panoorin nyo muna ang video na ito hanggang dulo para malaman nyo ang mga latest update.
Nilunsad ngayong araw ang enhanced e-travel app na may bagong gamit para sa mga Pinoy na magmamigrate o matagal na mananatili sa ibang bansa. May kasama na itong CFO system na otomatikong magpapaalala kung ano-anong pre-departure requirements ang kailangan nila mula po sa Commission on Filipinos Overseas. At kay Secretary Dante Ang, isang paraan ito para ma-monitor ang mga babiyahing Pinoy at matiyak na hindi sila mabiktima ng human trafficking at iba pang scam. At kapag nakuha na ang mga requirement, automatiko na rin ma-access bilang bahagi ng e-travel records na siyang makikita ng Bureau of Immigration.
If you remember, Filipinos and even foreigners, if they enter the Philippines, gone are the days that you need to fill up a lot of forms. I don't know if you still remember that while you're sleeping in the airline, someone will wake you up just to fill up an arrival card or departure card. And once you arrive here, you have to look for the paper and look for a pen, and you have to go to one corner and then fill that one up. I thought that was just a drama before, but no. After that, they hired also a lot of encoders. Imagine sacks of arrival cards and departure cards. They give this to encoders, and then they have to manually encode all of this data because the data is needed by transportation, needed by DOH, needed by tourism. And imagine before, they need to give another form called the customs form, okay, for you to fill up again your declaration, your baggage declaration. You have to declare also your monetary declaration. The same thing, you know, you have to fill that one up. And I thought it was just a drama again, filling it up, but no, they also have encoders to manually encode also those data in the past. And also, before, if you enter the airport, you need to provide proof that you are an OFW. You have to show that you have a contract, you have an OEC. Or if you are a foreigner, if you are a visa-required foreigner, once you arrive in the Philippines, you have to show again manually your visa, all your documents that you're allowed to enter the country. And imagine in the past, you have to go to a website where you need to declare your health condition. Imagine you have to go to One Health Pass, you register there, and you need to fill up documents again, repeat those bloody information for you to declare if you are sick or you came from a certain country that the DOH or the BOQ are trying to monitor because there are epidemic diseases being monitored in that particular country. Those are gone. You know, those systems that are independently being used in the past. And also, the DOT need the data, how many are coming in, how many are going, and also DMW, they need data also who are the OFW going, and they need to know the OFW who are going back for job creation again, for them to support. And then, there you go, the CFO, they need also to show information, data, so that our Filipino overseas, they can actually, go out also in the Philippines. So imagine about 9 government systems, all decentralized, different databases, expensive cloud services, expensive and very complicated data gathering and data integration. For the first time, only in this administration, that a very simple system, once you use it, and by the way, good news, the e-travel is now integrated with the national ID, meaning we can now see if someone is trying to be someone else, if someone is trying to be Juan de la Cruz using different, personality. So the DICT developed 25 platforms. These are all in-house developed, by the way. So wala po kaming contractor po dito. These are all in-house developed by the DICT R&D team. And one of them is the e-travel system. The e-travel functionality is very simple. Single data gathering, connected with the national ID if you're a Filipino. And another one, connected also with multiple systems, the like of DFA integration for the e-visa. Don't you know that the moment a foreigner enter the country now, they don't need anymore to show any more information. Once the immigration officer scans the passport, the data will pop up immediately in their screen. They don't need anymore to ask data from OFW because the immigration can see it. They don't need anymore to ask data from Indian national because the moment that you scan it, they can see the e-visa system already integrated also in the e-travel. And they don't need anymore to check contracts from OFW because the data will pop up immediately. And also, masaya na po yung mga partner agencies natin, the like ng Department of Tourism, Department of Transportation, DOH, kasi may real-time dashboard na sila. Real-time po yun, gumagalaw. They see ilan na pumapasok na Korean, tumataas ba ang turismo natin, bumababa. They can now see that in a real-time manner. They have that real-time dashboard. No need to encode manually again. And also, when the CFO integrated their system to us, those overseas Filipinos, they don't need to show anymore any document to the immigration officer. Pagka-scan po ng passport or sa e-gate, yung pong mismong overseas Filipino natin, hindi na kinakailangan pang mag-justify na may document na siya. Automatic na po yun, kita ng system na po yan ng immigration. So, the simple system of an electronic travel information system na dinevelop, lang po ito si DICT ang gumawa. Nagtulong-tulong po ito. In fact, napakasipag po ng team ng immigration sa integration system na ginawa. Hindi po biro yung ginawa. Hindi rin po biro ang ginawa ng customs sa kanilang integration. Palakpakan po naman po natin po ang immigration. Palakpakan naman din natin. Wala po yata. Hindi natin na-invite ang customs. Palakpakan din po natin. And don't you know, we are now one of the paperless airport all over the world. Isa na po tayo sa paperless na airport ngayon. May isang kulang pa. Hopefully, ma-integrate natin ang CHESA para hindi na po pipila sa airport later on. Ladies and gentlemen, when the President instructed the DICT to digitalize both front-end and back-end services, one thing in mind that our beloved Secretary told me nung pag-upo po ng bagong administrasyon na to, Dave, simple lang yan, i-simplify natin yung mga proseso. Why we need to complicate things? Bakit kinakailang umuulit ang first name, last name, middle name, submission ng document? Dapat minsan lang. We're implementing a once-only policy. Pagka-enter ng data, dapat makikinabang ang pangkalahatan. That is simplicity. That is simplification. And in my own term, simplification is equal to digitalization. Once you simplify things, you're able to digitalize. Yung dating step 1 to step 10, pag naging step 1 to step 2, papalakpakan tayo. You know, technology comes with birth pains, alam po natin po yon. Alam natin. Pero habang paunti-unting matututo ang ating mga mamamayan na mas simple, ma-appreciate nila yan in the long run. So, ladies and gentlemen, in terms of the digitalization, the e-travel is not done by DICT, it's done by 12 government agency. Marami na po tayong naka-integrate dyan. In fact, kasalukuyan na rin po ang integration natin sa ibang mga ahensya. The like po of Department of Transportation, kasalukuyan ang integration din po dito ng mga tinatawag na system integration na ginagawa ng immigration, yung e-gate. May plano din po ang immigration to automate the e-gate system later on. So, 12 government agency, 8 na po ang live dyan. May 3 pa po kaming ginagawa. So, I hope you're able to appreciate this joint effort, collaboration of this government agency. Recently, through the help also of DFA, Yusek Garo Domingo, for the first time, live na po ang e-visa system. Live na po sa India and plano na pong mag-live po later on sa China and also to Europe later on para po hindi na kinakailangan pumila pa ang mga foreigner para lang kumuha ng kanilang visa. And this system can be integrated again to the Bureau of Immigration para sa kanilang renewal of visa. So imagine, hindi na kinakailangan mag-encode na naman ng information ng immigration ng mga data ng sangkatutak. So, marami na rin pong nakita ang e-travel na mga peking document. We're discussing this already to respective government agency. We're able to present to them evidences na imagine Juan de la Cruz na nandun nag-aararo sa bukid pero wala siyang kamuwang-muwang, meron na pala siyang passport. Okay, kasi may iba nang gumamit ng kanyang data. The e-travel was able to do that, was able to validate those. These are simple innovation but huge impact, not only to the ease of doing business, but also in our national security. So maraming salamat po at congratulations to all of the government agencies here, and we thank our President who really spearheaded the digitalization as one of the priority of this administration. Lagi pong sinasabi ng ating Presidente, nandito na po ang bagong Pilipinas.
The CFO certificate. This has been an ongoing collaboration between the CFO, which is the agency in charge po of permanent and long-term migrants, and the Bureau of Immigration. Now, with today's launching, with the partnership with the ICT, we hope to prevent those occurrences where the immigrant is already at the airport and will realize at that point na meron pa pala silang kailangan na certificate from CFO. So sa ngayon po, the e-travel app will have features po that will register the people who come to us, au pair visa holders, EVP or J1 visa holders, and immigrant visa holders. So dun pa lang po sa app malalaman nila there will be some reminders about the requirements. Maybe si Yusek can talk about some of the features ng e-travel app.
Yeah. Actually, that's one of the purpose of the integration. For us to make sure that we're able now to identify fake documents. So meaning, if this is not in the system, peke yun. And if they just copy a certain document, you can easily verify na iba yung document dun sa kanilang pinapresent. So this is one of the solution to really restrict those Filipinos na namimeke ng document. Solution po natin po yung CFO API integration sa e-travel.
Siguro idagdag ko lang po na yung CFO certificate po ay hindi po parang isang requirement lang talaga na kailangan natin makuha bago po tayo umalis. The purpose po of this requirement basically is to ensure the successful transition po of the Filipinos migrating abroad. Kaya po sila nag-attend ng pre-departure orientation seminar para po maihanda namin sila sa magandang pamumuhay po abroad. At sa ganung paraan po sana, ang inaasahan namin, kung sila po ay successful na, mas makatulong po sila sa national development naman po dito sa atin.
Thank you so much for that. We have a next question from our friend from PNA, Ms. Marita Moahe. Ms. Marita.
Hello po, good afternoon. Tatanong ko lang, itong system na to, real-time po yung yung connection. And then aside from CFO and the BI and the DICT, ano pa po yung mga agencies na kasama dito sa system na to?
Well, sabihin ko po muna na napakaganda po ng dinisenyo na Yusek Almirol na binigyan po kami ng dashboard. So real time po nakikita namin kung sa mga iba't pa mga airports po dito sa Pilipinas, yung mga nag-register po at umaalis po sa atin. But to the other agencies siguro, si Yusek.
Actually, kanina we're updated that nasa 3,700 na daw, no? Yung real time na nakita ng ng CFO dun sa data. Okay, for February only. So yung meron pong 9 na agencies po, no, na naka-integrate. Isa lang po dito si CFO. Unang-una, immigration system. Okay? Para po sa arrival sa departure card. Okay? Number 2 po, naka-integrate na po si BOQ, si Bureau of Quarantine. Kaya tinanggal na po natin yung One Health Pass na mag-declare ng sakit. Wala na po yon. Number 3 po, si DOH, kasi meron pong access po dyan para po dun sa mga bansa na kailangan na minomonitor na may mga epidemic, may mga sakit na minomonitor, no? Pang-apat po, yung customs, para po dun sa declaration po ng baggage at para po sa mga monetary declarations ng customs, no? Kasi para wala na pong manual na customs form, okay? Number 5 po, si DMW, para sa mga OFWs po na umaalis, para hindi na kinakailangan mag-submit pa, magpakita ng document para lang makalabas ng bansa. Pang-7 naman po, yung ating DFA. Ito po yung naman pong e-visa. Para po pag dumating po yung mga visa required na bansa, hindi na po kinakailangan pang nahirapan sila magpakita ng mga document na may mga visa nga sila o wala, no? And then pang-8 po, ito po yung integration naman po natin sa transportation. Kaya makita po yung seaport, airport, real-time po yan. 9 na pala, sorry. Yung pang-9, ito naman po yung Department of Tourism. Ibig sabihin, lahat na po na gumagamit ng e-travel, na IAWA, na IATU, I think 38 airport and seaports, connected na po ang e-travel nationwide. So real-time na po ang reporting system natin. So 9 na agency na po naka-integrate.
Paano po nito mapapabilis yung travel experience ng mga Filipino? I mean, yung halimbawa, di ba, pag nag-check-in and then dadaan sa BI, sa kung saang mga windows na kailangan nilang daanan, gaano yung mababawas na time sa traveling nila from check-in hanggang sa makasakay sila?
Paliwanag ko lang po kasi pag umaalis po sila at may kulang po mga dokumento, napupull out po sila. At kung hindi po sila makukagad ng hinihingi po ng Bureau of Immigration, baka maaari po silang mag-revoke pa. So yun po yung iniiwasan natin. So magkaroon po sila ng sapat na kaalaman bago pa po sila umalis kung ano po yung kinakailangan nila at para po maibigay din namin sa kanila yung tamang serbisyo po para po sa paglipat nila sa abroad.
Siguro to add on that, yung time and motion study kasi namin, kung titingnan mo dati, yung isang tao, mag-fill up ng arrival card, mag-fill up ng departure card, mag-fill up ng customs form, pupunta sa website para mag-declare ng sakit, pupunta sa immigration, magbigay ng mga document. By the way, sa immigration officer, kaya may pila din pala dati, minamanual din niya. Pagka-scan ng passport, minamanual niya kung saan bansa galing, anong kanyang anong airport siya nanggaling, anong airline siya sumakay. Ngayon, because of the e-travel, na-auto-fill up po yun. So if you compute that time in motion study, ang laki ng natipid ng tao, no? In fact, you can use e-travel 72 hours before you fly. Kulang lang minsan sa information minsan. Hindi mo kinakailangan gawin ng e-travel pagdating mo sa Pilipinas or pag-alis mo ng Pilipinas. You can do that 72 hours. Pagdating mo dito sa airport at may i-travel ka na, wala ka nang ginagawa at all. Dire-diretso ka na po yan sa immigration, wala nang gagawin. Imagine po yung time in motion po dyan na hindi na po nag-i-stop, pumipila po yung mga tao. Ang laki po ng tipid sa oras ng ating mga passenger.
So ayun guys, sana may nakuha kang idea at sana nakatulong ang video na ito sa inyo. At sa mga hindi pa dyan nakasubscribe sa channel ko, please don't forget to subscribe my YouTube channel and please click the notification bell para lagi kayo updated sa mga upcoming videos na gagawin ko tungkol sa mga updates sa ating mga OFW. Mula dito sa Dubai, maraming salamat. See you next time.